No.
¿El que te viste o el que te desviste?
No, es muy sensual, ¿no? Claro.
Is it the time to say goodbye?
No, ya estamos.
Siéntate. Ya, carnal. Tienes enojo, tienes rabia, tienes coraje. Mataste a tu hija. Yo te decía que me dieras un beso y no quería.
Sí, porque
Quítate la camisa, Joaquín. Muchas gracias, caramba. ¿Qué tal,
Do you laugh at yourself?
Do I?
Are you shy, Sofía?
How shy I am.
Para conquistar a tantas mujeres en tu vida, ¿qué hacías?
Los expresidentes son como los jarritos chinos. Están muy bonitos, pero ¿qué hago con ellos?
oye, que tiene razón.
¿Tiene algo? Esas son viejas, caramba. Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We were talking about previously about this phenomenon, no, that has been 50 Shades, the editorial phenomenon. But do you agree it's also a cultural phenomenon as well?
I think that's for other people to judge, really. I wouldn't, I mean, it just seemed to have gone everywhere and blown up into this thing. And, you know, you see 50 Shades of this, 50 Shades of that, 50, it seems to have fallen into the language. So, yeah, possibly.
How would you explain something like that happen? I mean, with a book?
It still baffles me, frankly. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this kind of success at all. I thought I'd sell a few books and continue working. So I don't know how to explain it. I think.
Have you questioned it yourself?
Well, not really. I mean, if I sat back and thought, I'd probably explode if I tried. It's just so.
It's been a lot, and it's huge.
It's been intense.
Intense.
Yes. Yeah, very intense.
Are you aware that Christian Grey, the character that you named Christian Grey, actually came to life? I mean, it's one of those characters that they never exist, but they are alive. I mean,
people tend to tell me that. Where can I find him? I get lots of emails.
Yeah, please tell us, where can we find him?
Oh, no.
Have you met someone like him?
I wish. No.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. No. No, I haven't. Well, if I had, I wouldn't be telling anybody. So that's a secret that will remain with me.
Share it. Come on, share it.
No.
Give us some hope.
No. He's. I think Christian is. He's so difficult to live with. I don't understand why anyone really. so controlling and so messed up. You know, he'd be a real handful for anyone. I think.
I know. That's another question. How come, if he's so fucked up, no? Why do we fell for him? I mean, I think
because he's a fixer-upper. You know, we think, oh my. I mean, it's just he's an archetype. He's a real archetype. He's sort of Beauty and the Beast, you know, and love will conquer all, and all of that kind of stuff comes into play. And you think, my love will save this man, and I think that's the appeal. What part of the appeal?
Yeah, that's what we women like to say.
Yeah, I am the one that will change you. So that's.
Why do we like that?
I don't know. It's very. I don't know, because it's not like real life at all. Let's face it.
We save no one.
No. Well, I'm not sure if that's the case, but it's rare, I think.
It is. That's why I asked you if you met someone like him, because you ruin men for us. I mean, after.
If I had, I wouldn't be sitting here now.
But I mean, there is no hope. Like to find someone like him. He's so.
I think it's good that he remains, you know, a fantasy figure. You know, that's what we like, and I think another part of the appeal of the books is that you can fall into a different world and disappear from you know, your everyday life of, you know, getting your college work done or getting the packed lunches for your kids to go to school or anything like that. you know, so you can escape, and that's good.
He turned out to be a very good husband and father.
Well, yeah, I think he's
Up to
he came a long way. Shall we say. So, I think as a father he'd probably have a lot of issues. So,
yeah, well,
yeah.
who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Who does?
Absolutely.
No?
Absolutely.
Was there a point in this process, in your writing process, when Christian Grey surpassed you? Wasn't he very demanding?
That's a very interesting question. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I just sort of got to know him better and better and better and better. That's all during the writing process, and got to know Anna better and better as well. And in terms, he's a very interesting headspace to be in. So, which is, yeah. I don't quite know what you mean by surpassed me, in terms of.
Maybe very demanding. You actually created a character for him, and then he wanted more and more. Maybe.
I think it was Anna that wanted more.
Yeah.
Frankly. So I'm not sure if that's the case. No.
Does he remain a mystery to you, Christian?
No, I don't. Not really. Not really. Not for me. I mean, when you write about anything, I think that you actually only cover this bit. You actually research all the way around it, and then you condense it down, so you know all of the bits that are around it, and it's the core bit that you actually write down. So no, I think I know quite a lot about him.
Something to solve in the process that how do I solve this? How do I keep on going? From where?
No, I wrote it because it was written sort of episodically, because it started its life as a Twilight fan fiction. I wrote each chapter thinking, what do I do next? So it was a very organic process.
Who helped you? Your husband? Like reading
My husband would help me before I published a chapter, and if I had a particularly, if I had something that I had to just talk, I'd talk it through with him. And then he'd make all sorts of suggestions which I'd ignore completely, and then I just used to post it, and it was such a fantastic and fun process. I can't tell you, really good fun.
Did you laugh a lot when you were writing? And
sometimes
yeah?
I cried, actually. Sometimes I cried.
With Anna?
Yeah, usually with Anna, yeah. But a strange part. No, and sometimes with Christian as well.
What do you like about Anna? Why did you decide?
She's very brave. I think she's very brave, much braver than I'm, much smarter than I am as well. So
really?
Yeah, I think so. She's just prepared to give things a go, and you know, not she's not frightened of things like I am. I'm frightened of everything. So
you're frightened of what?
Oh, everything. Everything. You name it, I'm frightened of it. Flying, spiders. You know, this is all the works. Yeah.
Success.
Success, failure. So, all of those things that we're all frightened of. So yeah, she's brave.
Why did you decide her being a virgin? Was that important for you, for her,
and I
for,
think it was.
for Christian?
I think virgins are much more interesting. You know, if we've all been round the block a bit, you know, when we know what's coming, we know what happens, and she didn't. So I thought that made it just more interesting. And also, it was such a good contrast and similarity with him, because she's a physical virgin and he's an emotional virgin. So that's where I was coming from with that.
Is everything in Christian physical and sexual? I mean,
to begin with, yes, I think it probably is.
That's the way you imagined it since the very beginning. I mean, you decided to write a sex novel.
No, I didn't decide to write a sex novel. This is all of that happened. It just came organically as the story went. I wanted to write a story about what would happen if you met somebody who had a different sexual lifestyle.
Okay.
And a particular sexual lifestyle, and you didn't know anything about it, and that's what I wanted to write about.
You didn't know it even existed.
Exactly. So that's where I set off from.
Before 50 Shades, what did you think about this sex lifestyle? The SM stuff and...
what can I say about that without...
The truth.
Well, I've always found it quite interesting.
Uh-huh. Appealing.
Appealing. Very.
Very.
And it seems to me that so many other women now find it appealing as well. So I'm not the only one.
But to read it or to actually have that kind of sex? Because I'm not sure.
Well, you should give it a go.
That's another question. Do you think we should all give it a go?
I think
try it at least once.
I think you should. I think you should only do this sort of thing with someone that you trust, you love, it's safe, sane, consensual, all of those sort of things. And then if you in that space, yeah, why not? But you don't have to, for God's sake.
No, you don't have to. But
I mean, I'm not advocating it either. It's what people get up to, in the bedroom is completely up to them, as long as it's safe, sane, consensual, legal sort of thing.
Is it safe? Everything you wrote is safe?
Everything that is in the book is consensual.
Between them
really,
two. Yeah.
Really important to me. I mean, I think things
She
that
wanted
aren't-
it.
Absolutely. I think things that aren't consensual, I don't find entertaining reading. And I wanted to write something that was entertaining.
Okay.
So, not distressing.
But is it safe?
I
You
think
made
so.
the research and...
Yeah. I think so. I mean, there's certain things that you can do that aren't. But that's what setting limits is all about.
Is there any limit in sex?
Oh, I think so.
You do?
Yeah. God, yes.
For example?
Well, I wrote about it actually. It's probably on page blah of 50 Shades of Grey. It's a whole thing of hard limits.
Okay.
All sorts of things that you can get up to that don't appeal to me. But in the hands of people who know what they're doing,
Okay.
who knows?
So this was your fantasy.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Fantasies stop being fantasies whenever you concrete them, no?
What do you mean?
Whenever you leave them,
Yeah, I suppose
they
so.
stop
Yeah,
being
yeah,
fantasies.
absolutely.
So which are your new fantasies now?
Well, my new
Sex-wise.
fantasies. That's in here. I'm not going to tell you.
You don't share them. You don't share fantasies with friends, for example. This is not
no,
what you
I-
talk
I-
about. Women, we talk about our fantasies.
I wrote all of mine down, and you've read them, okay?
Do you think they're taking the book too seriously? Whenever.
Oh God, yes.
Yes?
Yes, some people take the books far too seriously. Yes.
Okay, why do you think that happens?
I just think all of this debate that there is over the about around the books and all the controversy, taken far too seriously.
Feminist, no? What do you think about what many women think? Feminists think they felt offended by the book because...
Well, I've met feminists who think the books are empowering. So I don't think it's a feminist issue at all. I think it's a personal issue. You either like this sort of stuff or you don't. I've had so many women write to me, "Oh my God, thank you for writing this book. I'm now trying all of this stuff. It's been so empowering. Thank you. I'm seizing my sexuality. I'm doing what I want to do." So that's what I would counter to people who don't like to do it. It's entirely a choice that people make, and it's their own choice. And I would not dream of
But you
lecturing
don't feel
away.
offended by what they feel?
No, I mean,
When
it's. How could I feel offended? I've said over and over again. You write something and people react to it. You can't own their reactions. It's their reactions.
You can control that.
You can't control that. It's up to them how they feel. If they're offended, that's their issue. Lots of people aren't. So.
Are you a feminist?
Oh God, yes. Definitely.
And what would you think of a man controlling you, dominating?
Well, under the right
Because, I
circumstances.
mean, we've worked...
Under the right circumstances.
You enjoy it.
Well, of course, who doesn't? Yeah.
Maybe someone who hasn't tried it. But
I think you know what I'm talking about.
But listen, that would be another question, because I was wondering, okay, maybe women, we like being like dominated in bed, no, sex-wise. How much of that would transfer to our everyday life and to our relation with others?
I think it's entirely a decision between any couple, you know, how they decide to live.
But it doesn't have to be that way. That's my question.
No, of course
I mean, if he dominates and he no,
yeah,
he controls, but that doesn't mean out of the bed or
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Or it could be the other way around.
Or the other way around.
You know, it could go either way. So, and I think, you know, if you're running a household and you've got kids and stuff, it's women who tend to be in charge of all of that. And then if you've got a job as well, and you know, getting everything done, you have to be in charge to get it done. So
I have to confess, many times, I wish somebody will take decisions for me. No.
I don't think you'd like it.
No,
I'm like 2 microphones. I'll say no more than that. That's, and we know what that is.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to take one more decision. I mean,
think there are times
I'm tired.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. And yes, we like the idea of it. But I think the reality is very different. You want someone who does the washing up. I've said this again and again. You want someone who's going to go and do the washing up and not tell you to do the washing up.
I know.
At the end of the day.
That's the way your relationship was with your husband, for
My
example?
husband is my husband is he's amazing. He does the washing up. The thing is, he's always worked at home. So because he's a writer, and I used to go out to work. So he used to cook and.
Is he a good cook?
Sometimes he's very good. Most of the time, he's fine. He calls himself a short order cook.
Okay. You don't like cooking, no?
I do like cooking.
Oh, you do like cooking.
Like cooking, but I don't.
Are you good at it?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay.
So.
Now, that was something I wanted to tell you. According to me, Anna is the strong one in the story, and Christian is. I feel
he's very fragile.
Very fragile,
he's so
vulnerable,
fragile. And people don't realise this. And that was for me writing it. I knew that from the beginning. She was going to be the stronger than him, or you know, completely.
I think he would die without her.
I think he would carry on being lonely.
Very lonely.
Without
yes.
her. But he doesn't know But the thing is, he's completely he's so unself-aware.
Do you think he's a pervert?
No.
No.
I think he's an adolescent. So, no, I don't think he's a pervert.
Because when I read the story, I felt Anna enjoyed a lot this kind of sex, and then I thought Christian just did it. He was used to it.
Yeah, I think he didn't know any other way.
Like the pleasure that.
Oh, I think he probably did. I think he probably did.
No, I was asking you about if Christian was a pervert or if he remains a mystery to you, because I've always thought life is not either black or white, no?
It's many shades of grey.
Yeah. That's why you named it like that? Okay.
Very much so. I didn't, it's one of these things that I think people can be incredibly judgmental and see the world in black and white, and I have never been that way. I've always seen it in shades of grey, and that's why...
because we all have our lights and our shadows.
Yeah,
no?
Absolutely. And it's not making a judgment... I don't make a judgment call on any of the characters, I don't think, except maybe one of them.
Which one?
And that's... well, I think Anna's very judgmental about certain things, so I'll leave it at that.
But did you explore your dark side writing the book?
That's a really interesting question. I think I may have explored some of it, not all of it.
Okay, what did you do? So there's more to come. My God!
A very dark side. So
why did you? What is it that you discover in your dark side?
About my dark side. I would need to go away and really think about that, because that's a really interesting question. What did I discover about my dark side? That I have one.
You were so naive you didn't know? Come on.
Well, it's no, I didn't know a lot of things. I didn't know I could do this.
Really?
No. Good God, no. No.
Was there any time of a guilty pleasure in writing?
Of course. Oh yes. I mean, it's a guilty pleasure read, you know.
Yeah,
so,
of course it is.
So
writing it,
like writing it.
wow.
Yes.
Like you woke up the next morning and you said, "Did I write this?"
When I reread some of it, I go, "Oh my God." Yes. Yeah, and that's interesting when it's coming to the film, going, "Oh my God." This is, yeah.
Would you say Christian and Anna had a sick relationship?
No.
Did
No.
they give light to their dark side?
I think they gave light and dark to each other. So, you know, what I think the books do, and what I think happens for Anna grows so much in these books. She gets more confident. She just, you know, she takes control of herself, what she wants, what she doesn't want. I mean, she refines all of that throughout the books, and Christian just lightens up a bit, you know. So, yeah, I don't think I think they were quite good for each other.
50 Shades changed your life, no? I mean,
Yes.
it should be before and after 50 Shades for you, Erica.
Yes.
You became rich and famous to begin with.
Yes.
Did you become a better writer? A good writer?
I think I'm a storyteller. I'll just leave it at that. So I think it's funny, you know, I get so many people writing, I cannot put the books down. I cannot put the books down. I've been up all night reading these books.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Because I cannot put the books down. So that's all I'll say about my writing. People can't put the books down. So, what more can you want?
But are you confident with your writing?
No, not
do
at
you
all.
consider yourself a good writer?
I think I consider myself a storyteller.
A storyteller. What do you think of many reviews that say that what you wrote is porn for mummies, porn for moms?
I disagree. I think it's not porn at all. It's a story. It's a passionate love story, and you know, it's not. Erotic novels have been around for years. There's lots and lots of fantastic erotic romance out there. I read a lot of romantic erotic stories. No, that's not a love story.
No, that's not a love story. There's no love in there.
It's a love story. At this heart, it's a passionate love story, and yes, there happens to be some sex in it. So that's what women love to read.
No. Happens to be some sex in there.
There happens to be some sex.
A lot of
when
sex
you
in there.
fall in love with somebody.
A lot of sex.
Can you remember that?
In the best scenario.
Yes.
Best scenario.
If I think back, geez, to that time, you know, all you do is have sex. It's fantastic. So yeah, that's.
Okay, but if you take away the sex from the book,
yes,
what does it remain? Really, a very good,
passionate love story. Yes.
Without the sex, if you take it away, because many think it's pornographic. Even I read somebody said masturbating material.
What people choose to do with the books is up to them. Like I said, I can't own the response. That's somebody else's response. What the only thing that's irritating is people who comment on it who haven't read it. That's the thing. I read all of them, and it's not just for mums. It's for women of all ages.
Also, younger people. Do you think
a lot of younger people? I get lots of college students writing to me. I get women in their 80s.
They think it's still naughty, and
80s writing.
The young people, the young women think it's naughty enough and kinky enough, and
they just like the story. They you know, I think what they identify with Anna. You know, a lot of people identify with Anna.
And they fall for Christian.
And they fall in love with Christian.
Did you fall in love with Christian?
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, yes.
You love him?
Yes.
Dearly. What do you think makes a good lover, a man?
Someone who
Man-
knows what to do.
Okay.
Simple.
And a
Yes.
woman?
And a woman, someone who knows what to do.
Anna didn't know
No,
how
she
to do,
didn't.
and she was a great lover.
She's up for anything.
For anything.
Yeah, she's up for anything. Bit of experimentation. But if she doesn't like it, she says so.
That's the way you are? You're up for anything? Come on.
I'm interested in your shoes suddenly.
You like
They're
them?
very nice. It's amazing. Wow.
Conversation piece.
Yes, definitely.
But-
Good. And have we steered the
No.
conversation away from
No.
So what I get up to is completely is my own business.
It's your own business. Why do I think you feel uncomfortable talking about your sex life?
Because it's my fucking sex life. That's
On your
why.
sex day.
Yes.
Yeah, but you
No, I'm not talking about my sex life.
No, you're not.
No.
I was wondering.
But yeah, just.
No, because people are obsessed with your sex life.
I
Do
know
you know
why.
that? I don't know why.
I don't understand why they're obsessed with my sex life.
I have
actually, journalists are obsessed with my sex life.
No, everybody.
No?
Really.
No.
I told some friends of mine that I was coming to have a
right.
conversation with you, and everybody said, ask her if how was her research? Very vivid.
It was fantastic. Okay. I had a lot of fun. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, you can always have a lot of fun in the internet. No.
You can have a lot of fun in the internet, and you can have a lot of fun just in practical research.
Are there a lot of places here in London to have this kind of experiences?
I have no idea.
Come on, you did your research.
I did my research, yes.
Are
And
they?
That's all I'm going to say. I don't know. No, I really don't know. I've not been... I'm going to stop talking now.
Just one more. Because I was wondering when I came here, if I had in front Agatha Christie, most probably I wouldn't ask her if she was a serial killer or she had to kill somebody to write what she wrote.
Exactly.
Yeah, really. So I said,
I have a great imagination.
We are
as well.
obsessed with you. Really.
Yes.
It's not, but it's not only journalists. But I thought maybe you agree with me. It's because we feel less guilty to know that you have the same desires.
Maybe there's some truth in that. Maybe there's some
You
truth
think
in
so?
that. Yeah, maybe.
Are you ashamed of your sons? You have an 18 and a 16.
18 and 16-year-old. No, I'm not. No, absolutely not.
Are they
I think they find it embarrassing.
embarrassing?
Yeah.
They feel
Yeah,
uncomfortable, maybe?
They kind of roll their eyes at me and but it's actually, they're so proud of me as well. They've been amazingly supportive throughout all of this. Amazingly supportive.
Now, what I don't understand is why they haven't read it.
Oh God, I could.
He's 18. Come on.
He's 18. He's watching bloody YouTube and playing games and things. They don't. My children. I'm not supposed to say this because they said you can't tell people this.
But
they don't read. They don't read for pleasure. They read because they have to read for school and what have you. They're not.
Most of
readers.
our children do
Yeah,
that.
they're not.
Yeah, I
they're
know.
not readers, and it's a shame because we used to read to them as kids when
Well, you met my daughter. I'm asking you this question because she told me, Ma, I want to know what the children thinks of their mommy writing that kind of thing.
I think they are. They're very. I'll say again. They're very proud and what have you. And all of their friends expect them to know stuff that's going on. And of course, not much is going on. So.
Okay, why do you think most of it, women are reading the book and not men? Because I think men could learn a lot.
I've had a lot of correspondence from men, actually, a lot, saying thank you and thank you for my wife. So, yes. So there are a lot of men. I think it just after a while. I mean, it's been out in English for a while now.
In 50 languages, that's amazing.
It's
amazing.
But what happens is that it starts by word of mouth between women. Have you read this book? Have you read this book? And that's how the success of these books came about. It's just a word of mouth thing. So.
Many women, well, I'm telling you, in Mexico, for example, I was in the airplane, I was reading it, and many women were reading it. But I saw that many of them were like, you know, they don't there's no way to remain anonymous with this 50 Shades of Grey.
I know. And the irony is I used to read a lot of romantic books, and I'd have to bend the covers down because there were naked men and women on it. So I put these things so you wouldn't know it was an erotic.
What is it? Who would you like to be playing the role of Christian and Anna?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
I'm not going to tell you. Not for all the tea in China. It's difficult. You can't say I want so and so and I want so and so. There's so many people that could play the part. There are lots of people that could play the parts. For me, what's important is what they like together. So you can get an actor and an actress and put them together and just see how they get on. Because I think that's the most important thing, is the chemistry between those two.
Sex moves the world?
Sex moves the world. I'm not sure I'd agree with that, but I think love does.
You're a romantic.
I'm a romantic. Always.
Many women says that after reading this, their marriage came along and much better, everything. Yours did?
I am blessed with my marriage. I think it was. You know, my husband and I get on really, really well, and yeah, it's we're still together. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I asked you if he was jealous, because he's a writer in the family, and it can happen. I mean,
no, he's the grown up in the family. He's the adult in the family. He's so supportive and cool about it. He's amazing. What do
you think of yourself as a rich woman?
That's hard.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm just getting used to that, and I need to think about that, really. And there's been very little time to process, you know, all of that.
Are you afraid of the next thing you're writing? Maybe.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
It has to be.
I may never
write better.
I may never publish another book again.
Yes, yeah. I understand what.
You just think, oh, I'll do it under a different name, really quietly. Really, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Are you having a good time? Are you enjoying yourself?
Most of the time, yes. Most of the time, yes. Sometimes not, but yes, most of the time.
What is that you enjoy the most?
What I enjoy most is interacting with people who love the books, and I do that a lot on Twitter and what have you. I love that. That's great fun.
If you walk in the street, people
don't recognise me.
They don't recognise you.
And I'm really happy for that. I've been asked to do all sorts of things here in the UK, on TV or something. I just say no, and I'm not interested. You don't, until this happens to you, you don't know what you like and what you don't like. And I've realised I'm not interested in celebrity or.
Yeah, I was reading about you. Are you shy? You don't like giving interviews. You don't like.
I think one of my most favourite experiences doing this, I did a question and answer session here in London very early on, and I really enjoyed that. Just a big audience, just asking me questions. I don't give speeches, I don't do talks, I just don't do that. But question and answer with people who've enjoyed the books, I'm very happy.
Well, you've learned a lot, so you have a lot to teach.
I'm not a teacher. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist. I just like to tell